From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy. The United States has vetoed a widely supported UN resolution backing the full UN membership for Palestine. The vote in the 15-member Security Council was 12 in favor, the United States opposed, and 2 abstentions. This is the second Palestinian attempt to become the 194th member of the United Nations, and it comes as the war in Gaza, now in its 7th month, has put the more than 75-year-old conflict between Israel and Palestine at center stage. BC Housing Minister Ravi Kahlon says data shows there's more than 19,000 entire homes in the province listed as short-term rentals, something that incoming regulations aim to change. Kahlon says the rule changes that take effect on May 1st limit short-term rental units within the principal home of a host, and the Compliance Enforcement Unit will be phased in to help municipalities deal with rule violations. He says there will also be an online short-term rental data portal created to support government monitoring and enforcement of possible violations.
We do have 4 people that we've hired that will provide supports. We have capacity funding available to hire up to 16, and we will expand the team as needed. But we have found that there's so many digital tools available for us to be able to ensure that both the cities have the accountability from the platforms, and the platforms have the information that they need to be able to take action.
The new short-term rental rules will apply to more than 60 BC communities. Metis organizations in Ontario and Alberta say they will continue forward on a path of self-government, despite a heavily debated and uncertain bill meant to do just that. The Metis Nation Saskatchewan withdrew its support from the federal legislation this week over concerns that it's holding the group back. President Glenn McCallum stood by the decision, saying the group will work with the federal government to create a separate self-government structure in Saskatchewan that meets their needs. Nova Scotia Premier Tim Houston says an agreement in principle has been reached on a new contract for public school teachers. Houston says he took part in the talks Monday evening, but did not release any details regarding the deal, which is aimed at addressing teachers' concerns around pay and classroom conditions. The Nova Scotia Teachers Union had received an overwhelming strike mandate from 98% of members who voted ahead of the talks. And there's artificial intelligence controversy involving the current top film at the North American box office.
It's like a pretty huge civil war going on.
New posters out for the movie Civil War depict war-torn landscapes in Chicago, Miami, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. Bleak images of destroyed landmarks. Problem is, those scenes aren't in the movie, and they appear to be AI-generated. In one picture, a car has 3 doors. The use of AI in movies and marketing is still a touchy subject here in Hollywood, where memories of 2 strikes, where AI was a big issue, are still fresh. But also some are saying the posters are false advertising. The pics could trick people into thinking they'll see those scenes in the film when they won't. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Edmonton Oilers will finally find out their playoff opponent tonight as the NHL regular season comes to an end. The Vegas Golden Knights have a 1-point lead over Los Angeles Kings for 3rd in the Pacific Division, with both teams in action tonight. The Oilers are locked into 2nd in the Pacific heading into their season finale at Colorado. Montreal's Felix Auger-Aliassime advances to the quarterfinals at the Bavarian International Tennis Tournament with a 6-2, 6-3 win over Japan's Taro Daniel. Auger-Aliassime was 5th seeded in Munich and won 80% of first serve points, including 9 aces, and converted all 4 of his breakpoint chances. The Arizona Coyotes are heading to Salt Lake City. The NHL Board of Governors voted today to approve the $1.2 billion U.S. sale to the Utah Jazz owner Ryan Smith, clearing the way for the team to move next season. From the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.